Weight loss advice is everywhere. One person says, cut carbs. Another says, count calories. Someone else is talking about injections, hormones, supplements, or the latest 30-day challenge. And after hearing all of that, it's easy to arrive at the same question. What actually makes sense for me? That's where professional guidance can be useful. Welcome to Review Remedy by ScoreDoc, where we take healthcare research and turn it into practical information you can actually use. Today, we're looking at 3 best weight loss clinics in Houston, Texas in 2026. But we're not going to promise a magic solution or tell you that one approach works for everyone. Instead, we're going to talk about how to evaluate a weight loss clinic, what questions to ask, and how to recognize a program that's focused on your overall health, not just the number on the scale.
Let's start with something important. Weight management is healthcare. Weight can be influenced by nutrition, activity, sleep, medications, medical conditions, genetics, stress, and many other factors. So if you've struggled to lose weight despite making changes, that doesn't automatically mean you've failed. It may mean it's time to understand what's getting in the way. A qualified healthcare professional can help determine whether there are underlying factors worth evaluating and what kind of approach is appropriate for you.
Our first featured clinic is One Stop Clinic. It's one of the providers included on ScoreDoc's 2026 Houston Weight Loss List. If you're considering a clinic like this, don't begin with, how many pounds can I lose? Instead ask, how will you determine what approach is appropriate for me? A good conversation should include your medical history, medications, lifestyle, goals, and any relevant health conditions. Weight loss shouldn't be treated as a one-size-fits-all challenge. Your starting point matters.
Next is Bellaire Beauty and Weight Loss Center. When researching a weight loss provider, one question is especially important. What exactly is included in the program? Does it involve nutrition guidance, regular follow-ups, medical monitoring, lifestyle counseling, medication, if clinically appropriate? And importantly, what happens after you've reached your initial goal? Because losing weight is one part of the journey. Maintaining healthier habits over time is another. Before signing up, understand the entire program, not just the headline offer.
Our third featured provider is SynergenX Vintage Park, Hormone Health and TRT Clinic. Because this provider focuses on hormone health alongside other services, it's particularly important to ask questions about what is actually relevant to your individual health needs. Hormone-related treatment isn't automatically the answer to weight concerns. If hormones or other medical factors are being considered, ask what evaluation is performed, what the treatment is intended to address, what monitoring is involved, and what alternatives exist. The goal should always be appropriate health care, not simply finding a quick explanation for difficulty losing weight.
Now, let's make this useful if you're actually comparing clinics. Here are 7 questions worth asking before choosing a weight loss program. 1. Who oversees the program? Find out whether qualified medical professionals are involved and what their role is. 2. What does the initial evaluation include? You should understand how the clinic determines what approach may be appropriate for you. 3. Is the program individualized? Your goals, medical history, medications, and lifestyle should matter. 4. What happens during follow-up? Weight management often requires adjustments over time. 5. Are medications part of the program? If so, ask what they're for, what the potential benefits and risks are, and how you'll be monitored. 6. What does it cost? Understand consultation fees, recurring fees, medication costs, lab work, and other potential expenses. 7. What happens after the initial weight loss phase? Ask about long-term maintenance. That last question is one people often forget.
And here's a small but important mindset shift. Don't make the scale your only scoreboard. Depending on your individual goals, improvements might also involve things like better mobility, improved fitness, healthier eating patterns, better sleep, or improvements in health markers. Your healthcare professional can help determine which measures actually matter for you. And if you're tracking your weight, Remember that day-to-day fluctuations are normal. One number on one morning doesn't define your progress.
Another practical tip: be skeptical of guarantees. If a program promises dramatic results for everyone, requires an expensive package before you've had a proper evaluation, or presents one treatment as the answer for virtually everybody, slow down and ask questions. A responsible approach should acknowledge that people respond differently, and medical treatments should be discussed in terms of their potential benefits, risks, eligibility, and monitoring, not simply as a shortcut.
Also, don't forget the basics. A weight management plan may involve nutrition, physical activity, sleep, stress management, behavioral changes, and medical treatment when appropriate. The exact combination depends on the person. And you don't have to completely overhaul your life overnight. A sustainable plan is usually easier to maintain than one that demands perfection from day one.
So, if you're in Houston and considering one of today's featured clinics, use the ScoreDoc list as a starting point, not the final decision. Compare the services, ask about qualifications, understand the treatment approach, check costs and insurance where applicable, and most importantly, make sure you understand why a particular recommendation is being made for you.
We've included the complete ScoreDoc guide in today's show notes so you can explore the 3 featured weight loss clinics and continue your research. Because successful weight management isn't about finding the loudest promise on the internet. It's about finding an approach that's medically appropriate, realistic, and sustainable for you. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Review Remedy. Until next time, don't chase the fastest promise. Ask better questions, understand your options, and choose healthcare that looks at the whole you.